Hello everyone, welcome to yet another tutorial of animation. Today we are going to look at how to create a robot jump like this. So you can see that the robot is rigged and animated and he has been composited into a live action scene. Alright, so I'm going to link the tutorials for how to model the robot and how to create camera tracking and bringing that footage into 3ds Max. Alright, so this character has been modeled in 3ds Max and then composited in 3ds Max, and then we got it into After Effects and added camera remapping to create a slow motion of him flipping and then speeding it up in the end. Okay, so let us get started. So if you followed the tutorial on how to create the robot, then you will get something like this. What you need to make sure is that the character is on the ground. So he is on this plane here and he is centered properly. Okay, this thing is not in the center, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the head is in the center, the body is in the center, the legs are equidistant. One important thing is for the hand to be rotated up. Okay, so I'm rotating it 80 degrees and same one with this. Alright, now we don't need the rig elements, so I'm going to delete them. So this circle I don't need, this circle I don't need. Okay, so we'll delete all the helpers and I moved the leg while I was selecting it. Okay, so this is our character. What we have to do is we have to combine the character into one mesh. Okay, so I'll select this element, right click, convert to editable poly. Okay, so it's an editable poly, and then now I can attach all the elements together. So I'll click on attach and select all of these. Okay, so now it becomes one object. I'll make sure that the pivot point is affect pivot point. So I'll go to hierarchy, affect pivot point, and then move the pivot point to the center. Okay, and then I will just right click everything to be placed on 0. Okay, so the legs are slightly inside, so I'll move it up and move the pivot point down and simply right click. Okay, now our character is in the center. I'll save this as, I will name it red robot. Okay, I'm going to create a red color robot. So this was the first step. Now what I will do is I will save this file and then let us open the file for composition. Okay, so if you followed the first tutorial, you will have this file with the plane and the teapot. I deleted the teapot, brought this character in. I will delete this character. Okay, so you should have just the camera tracked footage. Okay, you can see that the background is moving as we go through the camera. I've hidden the camera in the link. So if you say unhide all, you'll get your camera and the tracking points here. Okay, so everything is there. I just hid the camera and the track point. So what I will do is I'll import that file of Red Robot. Okay, select this one object, and why I got it here is to see the scale. Okay, so before we take it to Mixamo, we need to have the right size. So what I realized was if I scaled it by 40%, in your case it may be different. Just make sure that your character is of the right size that fits into your rendering when you render this based on the camera angle. Alright, so it shouldn't be too small or too big, so that you can have him rendered and everything looks nice. So when I scale it, the 40% look correct. So I will just reset this without saving. Go back to our Red Robot. Okay, and then scale it 40%. So this is the right scale for our character. Okay, and now we need to add colors. So what I'll do is go to the material editor M, and we will delete all these which we don't need, and I'll create a multi-sub object material. Okay, and then I'll create 3 standard materials to make life easier. Okay, so first one is going to be a red color for the robot. The second one is going to be black or dark gray. Okay, and the third one is going to be the green. Alright, so I will assign the red one to the first channel, black to the second one, and green to the third one. Alright, then we'll select the robot and assign the multi-sub object material to the robot. And you can see now that the materials are not assigned properly. So I'll select the element, select all the elements, and look for set ID, polygon material IDs, and name this one. Okay, so the first channel is red, so our robot becomes red. Alright, now we can select the black elements. Okay, I'm going to, instead of the move tool, I'm going to use the selection tool, so the objects don't move from its place, and anything that is black I will select. Okay, and change the set IDs to true. Okay, so all those elements become black. So this is going to be 2. Okay, and then whatever becomes green will be 3. So this, and the ones inside, the teeth, these will be 3. Okay, so now we have our red robot ready. I'll save this file. Okay, and then we will go to mixamo.com. You can see that my character is there. Okay, and how it works is you have to go to upload character, and here you can see it accepts FBX, OBJ, or zip file. So I'll go to file, export, and name it Red Robot, and the export is FBX. Okay, I will save that. So now this file is exported as a FBX file. We'll bring it here, red robot FBX. Okay, and then now that file will be uploaded onto Mixamo. Mixamo is an amazing tool where you can bring a 3D character and then rig it and assign a custom animation to it. All right. So right now we are importing our character, so you can see that the character is in the scene and the orientation for the character has to be this. If you don't see this, then you have to rotate your character the way you want so that you get the right orientation. Okay, so we'll click on next. And now here you can see there is use symmetry. So my character is exactly symmetrical with the arms and the legs. Okay, the eyes and all, they are not getting to get animated, so not to worry about that. Just the arms and the legs have to be symmetrical. If they're not, then you can deselect the symmetry and then you will have to link these 2 times. All right, but mine is symmetrical, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'll go to the chin and then select the chin, and here you can see where should those elements be. Okay, so the wrist will be here. Okay, the elbows, now we have to figure out where the elbows are going to be. Okay, somewhere there, and the knee will be here. And then we have to select the groin, so it will be somewhere in the middle here. All right. Now, the hand, there are certain options. So this is a standard skeleton which has 65 bones. Okay, the 3 chain has 49 bones. So you can see that 2 fingers are less here. Then there's a 2 chain, so the entire front arm has a finger. So I'll go with this. Let us see what happens. Okay. Next, I tried this one before, and then the hand went inside. I think this will work because, or we will try this and see what happens. Okay, we may get a better control over the fingers and it will not go through the ground. All right. So once that is done, we will select next, and now it's going to create the magic. It's going to rig the character and it will be ready to receive preset animations to it. All right, so depending on the complexity of the character, it may take longer time, but the previous time I did this was pretty fast. So within a second or 2, it should be ready. And then this Mixamo is generally used for, I think, gaming, because you can use the preset animations and focus more on the coding for the gaming or the game design. All right, but you can create small animations and compositing projects can also be done. You can see now that the character has been rigged properly and he's looking around. Everything looks great. Okay, because I use the fingers, you can see how the fingers are moving, so you can go back and remove that. I think no fingers is better option. Okay, and I feel that this can be further moved to the front. All right, so let's see how that works. So you can make minor changes if you want. Now, of course, robot is not the right type of character to be animated this way. But I already had this character, so I'm using it. I'm also going to create a tutorial on how to create the gangbang style character that I created, which is a box modeling technique of creating a character from a box. So in the future, I will create that and post it. So now the fingers are not messed up like before, so this looks good. I'll click on next. Okay, so if you play this, I had the jumping preset and you can see how the hand is going through the ground. Okay, so that's what I did not like about this one. Here the hand is not going, but here I don't know why the hand is going through the ground. So let us try to assign some other animation. You can even search if you want. Okay, for example, jump. If you want some other jump. Okay, there are different types of jumps. For example, this one. Okay, so you can have alright, so we will use this. We will download this character. Okay, it's going to be FBX, 60 frames, no reduction. I used 60 frames per second so I can do time remapping. Okay, so download this. And then you can see it is created this jump.fbx. Go to show in folder. I will rename this to red jump. Cut it and then paste it here. Red jump FBX. This was red jumping, so I'll delete this. I don't want to create confusion. So red jump is our file. So now what I will do is import the same file here, red jump. That's strange. Where is the reset? Don't save. File, import, and jump. Okay, so I got the character. Okay, and now we just have to import this, so we can go to file, open, we'll go to the composite file. Okay, I have these characters, I'll delete this one. And go to file, import, red jump. Alright, so we have that character here. Now we need to assign position him in the right place. So I'll move it back, and then what I'm more interested in is where the character ends up. Okay, so if you play this, okay, And then if you render these at different rates, so you'll see single, not save the file, render it. Okay, so that's our character. We need some light onto the front here. So we can see that the light is here. We can copy that light here in the front. Okay, and I think I should add a standard skylight. That will create some interesting 0.05. So if I render the same scene again, I'll get much better lighting throughout the character. And that's about it. You just have to render this entire scene and then see how your animation looks. Okay, so you have the shadow of the character, everything is lining up properly. Okay, and we will render this one now. So we need to know how many frames we have here. Okay, so you can select the whole thing and move these, so you can have like a 1 second animation without. You can simply move this, say by 10 frames. Okay, so that's about it. Let us make a range of 60. And save this file as a red robot. And hit the render button. So it is going to take 9 minutes to render. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and you can do some compositing work and share it with us. Please take part in the competitions. I have a competition where I give cash prizes every month. This month is the ball bounce. I have 3 entries so far, so one of them might win if I don't receive any more entries. Next month it's going to be $50. So I'm increasing it from $25 to $50 for the next month's competition. Bye bye.